Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a basic granny stitch square. So I'm going to be going over how to make a magic ring and how to slip stitch at the end of each row. And you should already know how to make a double crochet. So we're going to get into the materials and let's get started. We're going to start by going through the materials. So what I'm using is a weight 4 yarn here, and it's yellow, and you're going to use a 5mm crochet hook, a darning needle, something to weave in your ends with, and some scissors to cut off your yarn. So we're going to start with a magic circle. What you're going to do is wrap it around your fingers twice. So hold the end of the yarn with your thumb and your index finger. Wrap it around twice so that it looks like that. And we're going to hold the working yarn, which is the yarn attached to the ball of yarn. And we're going to pinch that in between your index and, not your index, your ring finger and your pinky finger. So you're going to slip your hook under the first loop, grab the yarn, do a little twist, yarn over, and pull through that loop. And that is it. It's as simple as that. Magic circles and magic rings aren't actually as difficult as people make it out to do. To start off this, we are going to chain 3 and continue to make 2 more double crochets into that magic ring. So here we got 1, and this is the second one. After that, we're going to make the corner chain space. So we are going to chain 2. This is just the way that I do it. You can chain 1 or chain 2 if you want the space to be more prominent. And some people actually chain 3, but we're going to be chaining 2. And then make 3 more double crochets into the magic circle. So that's 1, 2, almost 2, and you can see that first corner starting to form there, and 3. For our next corner, you just chain 2 once again. Every time that we have a corner, we're going to chain 2. Place 3 more double crochets into the magic ring. Now we have 2 corners, so we're going to chain 2 once again and place 3 more double crochets into the circle, making our 3rd corner. Once we are finished these 3 double crochets, we are going to chain 2 once again and slip stitch into the 3rd chain that we made right at the start. So we're going to tighten up our magic circle here, chain 2 and slip stitch into the 3rd stitch in the first double crochet, what counts as a double crochet. So the chain 3 that we did at the start, we're going to count 1, 2, 3 chains and slip stitch into that 3rd chain there. So insert your hook, yarn over, pick up a loop, and pull that loop through the first loop that you had on your hook. That is how you slip stitch. And we are done with the first round. To start the second round, we are going to chain 3 once again and place 2 more double crochets into the chain space, which is also known as the corner. So the 4 corners that we made, we are going to place 3 double crochets in the first one, and we're going to skip to the next one, the second corner. We're going to make 3 double crochets. Then we are going to chain 2 to create our corner and make 3 more double crochets into that same chain space. So in this second round here, you can see the 4 corners. In every single corner, you are going to place 3 double crochets, a chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets. Once we're back to the start, we're going to place 3 more double crochets into that first corner because we only have 3 double crochets in it right now. So we're going to place 3 more, as you can see here. Then we're going to chain 2 and slip stitch into that 3rd chain from the base, just like the first round. And this is how we're connecting and ending off round 2. So you see here we had a chain 3 go into that 3rd chain. This is the end of round 2. The start of round 3 is again a chain 3 acting as a double crochet and placing 2 more double crochets into that space. Then we're going into the next chain space, which is not a corner, so you just put 3 double crochets in it. Then the next space is a corner space, so 3 double crochets here in this space, a chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. The exact same as row 2. Repeat this all the way around until you get back to the beginning again. Putting 3 double crochets, a chain 2 and 3 more in the corners, and only 3 double crochets in the non-corner spaces. Once back to the start, you're going to place 3 more double crochets in the chain space, and this is a corner, so you're going to make a chain 2 and slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the bottom. The exact same as the others, so we're just going to slip stitch it together, ending off round 3. So we started off the exact same way, chain 3 and add 2 more double crochets. The only difference in this round is that there are 2 non-corner chain spaces instead of just 1. So in those ones, remember we put 3 double crochets into each of those chain spaces, and just remember which ones are your corners. You can see the square is forming now easily, so you can tell which ones are the corners, and remember to put 3 double crochets, a chain 2, and 3 more double crochets in that 1 corner space. And do that on all 4 corners, and any other ones only have 3 double crochets. So work your way around the square, and I will meet you back at the end. So I'm going to end my square here. You can keep going if you want. My square ended up being about a 4 to 4.5 inch square. If you want a 5-inch square, you're just going to add another round. And if you want bigger squares, just keep adding more rounds. And it's the same granny stitch throughout the whole thing. And the corners always stay the same, and the amount of chain spaces in between the corners increases by 1 every round. going to cut off my yarn here, pull my yarn all the way through, and you're going to want to leave a pretty long tail. It doesn't have to be this long, but long enough so that you can weave in your ends here. So I'm just going to show you how to weave in one of the ends right now. So you're going to put the yarn through your darning needle, and insert the needle through some of those stitches here. It doesn't matter which direction that you go, but you're going to want to go more than one direction. So this is the first way I'm going, and there's no rhyme or reason to which way you're going. As long as you go multiple directions on weaving in your ends, it's just so that it doesn't come apart easily. So when you pull in all different directions on your square, it will not come apart. That is the point of weaving in your ends. So we're going to cut off our yarn now that it's been weaved. And that is how you weave in an end. So I'm going to come back to you once I weave in this end from the magic circle here, and that will be the finished product. So this is how you can see the measurement of the square I've just made. It's about 4 to 4.5 inches on each side. If you want to make it 5 inches, just add another round. And that is the finished product. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.